When discussing Clockwork Angels, Rush's final studio album released in 2012, most attention is usually directed toward its ambitious concept, Geddy Lee's dynamic bass work, or Alex Lifeson's expansive guitar textures. Yet behind one of the most significant records in Rush's catalog stood a figure who played a major role in shaping its creative direction. Producer Nick Raskulinecz. According to Geddy Lee, Raskulinecz's influence was so profound that it changed the way Neil Peart approached his drumming throughout the recording process. Raskulinecz first worked with Rush on Snakes and Arrows in 2007. When he returned to produce Clockwork Angels, he came not merely as a technical producer but as a devoted Rush fan who deeply understood the band's musical DNA. Rather than encouraging them to follow industry trends, he pushed the trio to reconnect with the creative freedom that had defined Rush since the beginning of their career. In an interview, Raskulinecz recalled the message he delivered to the band at the start of the album's creation. "I want to hear unbridled Rush. I don't want to focus on 3.5-minute songs. I don't want verse, chorus, none of that. I want you guys to play, no holds barred. Let's just make music." Nick Raskulinecz. That statement became the guiding philosophy behind Clockwork Angels. For Raskulinecz, Rush did not need to limit themselves to conventional song structures. He wanted to capture the natural chemistry of three musicians who had spent decades creating music together. That philosophy would ultimately have a significant impact on Neil Peart. For most of his career, Peart was known as an exceptionally methodical drummer. His drum parts were meticulously crafted, reflecting his reputation as one of the most disciplined musicians in progressive rock history. Yet on Clockwork Angels, he began embracing a more spontaneous and intuitive approach. Geddy Lee revealed that the relationship between Raskulinecz and Peart played a crucial role in that transformation. Nick and Neil had a unique relationship. Geddy Lee. According to Lee, the two shared a creative bond that allowed for open and honest dialogue throughout the recording process. Raskulinecz was able to challenge Peart while maintaining deep respect for his experience and accomplishments. As a result, the drummer became more willing to trust his instincts and respond naturally to the music as it evolved. That shift aligned perfectly with the way Clockwork Angels was written. Many of the songs emerged from extended jam sessions between Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson before being refined into their final compositions. Raskulinecz worked hard to preserve that spontaneous energy all the way through the recording stage, encouraging each band member to react organically rather than simply execute pre-planned arrangements. Despite his considerable influence, Raskulinecz never viewed the album as his own creation. "This album was Rush's vision, it wasn't mine." Nick Raskulinecz. That statement reflects his role as a creative facilitator rather than a controlling producer. He did not seek to redefine Rush's identity. Instead, he helped the band rediscover the adventurous spirit that had always been at the heart of their music. The results are evident throughout Clockwork Angels. Neil Peart's drumming remained complex, precise, and technically sophisticated, yet it also felt more alive and more liberated than on some of Rush's previous releases. The album showcases a rare balance between discipline and spontaneity, two qualities that do not always coexist so naturally. Ultimately, Clockwork Angels is more than just Rush's final studio album. It stands as proof that even a legendary musician like Neil Peart remained willing to evolve after decades of success. Through Nick Raskulinecz's simple but powerful encouragement to "let's just make music," Peart discovered a new perspective on his instrument. In many ways, that perspective helped produce one of the most compelling and emotionally resonant drum performances of Rush's final chapter.